It's Cooking with Alpa, and today I'm gonna give you the address to the best restaurant where you can get this thick and rich tomato soup. It's your kitchen. If you follow this recipe that I'm gonna show you today, your tomato soup, your kitchen will become your family's favorite restaurant. So let's begin with the process of what you're gonna need to make this amazing tomato soup. You're gonna need lots of tomatoes. I've taken about 1.5 kg of tomatoes. Don't worry, this is going to serve about 6 to 8 people easily. And I've taken 1 medium-sized onion, 1 medium-sized potato, about half a carrot, 3-4 garlics, and half an inch of ginger, 1 bay leaf, cornflour, which is also called as cornstarch, black pepper powder, salt, and sugar, and a little bit of clarified butter, which is also known as ghee, and some water, and that's about it. So let's start with the process of making our amazing tomato soup. So first things first, let me just turn on the flame, and I'm gonna make this in the pressure cooker. It is going to save us a lot of time to our pressure cooker. Once it's heated, I'm gonna add a little bit of clarified butter, which is ghee, which you will always have in your kitchen. So nothing fancy, just good old home ingredients. And then I'm gonna add the bay leaf. Let the ghee warm up a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the ginger and garlic. No need to finely grate them, because as it is, we're going to puree everything. So just roughly chopped vegetables, perfect. Add the carrots, potatoes. Now potatoes makes the tomato soup nice and thick. That is the trick, and of course cornflour, but potato does help a lot, so make sure you add it. And I'm just going to saute this for about a minute or two, and then we are going to add our tomato cubes. So after 2 to 3 minutes, now it's time for us to add our tomatoes. So I'm just going to add the tomatoes. And I have a lot of tomatoes, so this might take a little longer. So the tomatoes are finally in. My God, that was quite a lot of tomatoes, right? So now we are just going to add some water. So I'm adding about 3 cups or so. You can add more or less, but for me this much water works, because then we don't have to keep boiling it. We want that thick, rich tomato soup, right? And I'm also going to add the salt so that it cooks a little faster. And then just cover it up, cover the lid, and wait till you hear about 4 whistles. Now, once you hear 4 whistles, turn off the flame and wait it out till the time it comes to room temperature. Do not open the lid as soon as you are done with the 4 whistles, okay? So I will see you once I'm done with that. 4 whistles, let it come to room temperature, and then open the lid. So our tomatoes, everything is cooked in. Our pressure cooker is now at room temperature. I will get back to this in just about a minute. Meanwhile, let me just quickly show you how to make croutons. I've just taken slices of bread, 2 slices of bread. You can go for white or brown. I am going for brown. Now there are a couple of ways that you can make croutons. One is you can fry them, or you can bake them, or you can just add a little bit of olive oil and you can simply saute them. But here I am just going to dry roast our croutons. So I'm just making them into squares. I've already heated the pan. Just simply going to add our croutons to the pan. And then we are going to dry roast them. This is going to take about a minute or two. While our croutons are getting ready, let's shift our attention to the tomatoes. Now it's time for us to just take them out, put them through a sieve, and separate the water from the tomatoes. So you guys remove the bay leaf. We don't need to put the bay leaf in our blender. We are just simply now going to take the tomato and add it to our blender. So guys, I am just simply going to make a nice fine puree out of this tomatoes, and I'm also going to meanwhile work on our croutons. This is going to take about a minute or two. So I will see you guys back once the croutons are ready and my tomato paste is ready. Also guys, make sure that the tomatoes are really at room temperature. If they are hot, there is a tendency that when you start to blend it, they might just ooze out, and that might not be a good scene. Okay guys, our croutons are ready, so let's just quickly transfer them into a bowl. And now let's get back to our tomato puree. So I'm just going to transfer the puree through the sieve. So guys, let's make sure we go through the sieve so that no big lumps or anything which is not grinded well sticks behind and does not go in our soup. So just go through it like this. So our tomato puree has gone through the sieve. This is what we got. And see guys, this is what we don't want. We don't want the skin and the peas of the tomatoes to go in our soup. So make sure that you go through it. It might take 2-3 minutes, so have a little patience. But this is what will make or break your soup. So now let's just turn this on our gas, and let's turn the flame on high. Mix the soup with the water, whatever water was there already. So let's let all that get mixed in. Mix it all in. It's already looking so nice and rich, but just wait for like another 5 minutes. We're just going to boil this for 5 minutes or so. Meanwhile, we need to add the sugar and the black pepper and give it a nice stir. Mix it all in. Gorgeous. Isn't it looking gorgeous with the black pepper? So now the black pepper is nicely blended in. We are still waiting for it to come to a boil, our soup to come for a boil. So meanwhile, I am just going to add a little bit of water to our corn flour, which is also called as corn starch. And I'm gonna mix this in. Now guys, this I love to add a little bit to our soup because this is going to bring everything together. It's going to make our soup even more richer and thicker. So now it's time for us to add it all in. And give it a stir. And wait till it comes to a boil. Wait for our soup to come to a boil. Some people also like to add cream while the soup is cooking. I personally feel if you follow this recipe, there is no need for you to add any cream because it is already so nice and rich and thick. So you can skip that step altogether, make it even more healthier. But if you're a person who wants to add cream, make sure you turn off the flame right after it's boiling and then you add the cream. You don't want to cook while you have the cream, while you're adding the cream in. I personally, I'm just going to add the cream a little bit towards the end while garnishing. So our tomato soup is already boiling and I turned off the flame. Now it's time for me to take it out in a bowl. Look at that. Look at the color and look at it. It's just absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing. just add a little bit of cream, not a lot, just a little. And some croutons. Look at that. Amazing. Can you hear the crunch of the croutons? Amazing. I'm going to take a little of everything. It is steaming hot. It is really hot. Hot, but absolutely delicious. It is really, really delicious and rich and thick. And why would you go to a restaurant when you can make something like this at home? You saw how easy it was. So simple ingredients. Just make your kitchen your family's favorite restaurant. Why don't you do that? I'm there. I'm there to help you do that. So while you do that, I'm going to dig in and I will see you very soon.